Buster! He really went for it.
I'm being serious. Yo, what's up?
What's good?
How you living? It's your boy Jay Cromie.
And I ski.
Welcome back to the World Shakers podcast. Now I'm saying episode 19. Give it up. Yo, as you can see, we in person for the first time in a year?
11 months.
11 months, yeah.
Since January 9th.
That's
like
crazy. 11 months. And we finally back on the couch, back where it all started. You know what I mean? I was just saying before we hit record, like, seeing how this... Y'all should see, it's a full production. Like, y'all can't even see. It used to just be, we put the desk right in front of us and then use the computer. But now we got options. You know what I'm saying? But what's up, yo? We appreciate y'all for checking out episode 18, our return back to the podcast after 10 months of no video at all. The reception has been great so far, so we thank y'all for that. Love y'all. Right now it is 5:40 on the 31st of December. You're not gonna see this video until the new year, but we really just kind of we got this opportunity to end the year out with another cast, and we told y'all we back in business, so we trying to show y'all that. We're gonna show y'all better than we could tell you. Know what I'm saying? But yeah, we just want to end the year off with something that's meaningful, something that we can look back on. Even though we didn't meet too many times this year, and y'all haven't seen us too much this year, we still want to be able to be thankful for what happened this year and looking forward to another year. Know what I mean? We mentioned it in episode 18. We're definitely working on the best of 2024 with what we have. You gotta make do with what you have sometimes, and that's what we're gonna do. So keep a lookout for that. You'll see that before this video, actually.
Psych! Yes, sir.
But yeah, man. All right, I'm gonna ask you the generic question everybody's gonna ask you for the rest of the night. Your goals for 2025, man.
2025. Goals for 2025.
Goals of 2025. What they looking like? This straw make me look crazy.
I'm lucky against like setting goals yearly. Like, I like to set goals, but I like to do it just
whenever
as the time goes.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess it is helpful. It's the way to make our brains understand how time is. But I guess to not be a headache, I could just answer the question simply. 2025, man. I'm just always striving to grow. Like, kid you not. Just from the last episode, like, it's about to be another year of growth, spiritual growth, closer to Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Getting further into my job, honestly, and just seeing what I can do. Continue to learn, continue to just do great things. Modeling wise, I definitely want to put myself out there. I'm trying to be at like New York Fashion Week.
Yep.
For example, something like that.
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to make some good moves.
That's a good move.
I'll tell you that. I guess that's a good set goal right there. Of course, Spanish, bro.
Oh, yeah.
I need to level up. This Spanish needs to be leveled up for sure. I'm trying to be some type of fluent.
I'm still not there.
Fluido en español. Like, it's gotta be there. It's gotta be. Because at that point, next year it will be like a whole year of me actually practicing. So that's a goal.
That's crazy.
But honestly, I'm just taking every year at a time as well.
Yeah.
To strive to get where my future's supposed to be, where I want it to be. Working for myself. To help people, man. To do great things. That's an everyday thing. That's an every month thing, every year thing. So, yeah. What about you?
I got a lot. I'm trying to get my business up and running. J. Crombie Studios coming soon. Know what I mean, I got a lot of dreams, ambitions that I want to see come to fruition through that. And so I definitely got to hit the ground running this year. just to get a little bit of clientele base, know what I mean? And
Yeah.
but with that, I also want to spend some more time with Jay Crombie, you know what I mean? I want to really build an audience musically this year. Definitely want to build an audience for WORLDShakers as well. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
We going up regardless. You know, I have some time to myself, so I want to make sure I'm indulging in self-care and taking more time to make sure I'm good mentally, spiritually, physically. But I mean, above all that, yeah, just continue to strengthen my relationship with the Lord and learn more, grow more, just live life, man. I'm open. I want to get a job, you know what I mean? One that's paying well, but ultimately I want to work for myself, J. Crombie Studios. I mean, but for the time being, I want to find a really good, stable job that'll allow me to do some things, you know what I mean, in the future. And yeah, I mean, I'm just ready to start this new chapter of life. I'm just ready. I think I can't be more ready than I am now. I mean, just even the fact that we cranking out we just recorded episode 18 2 days ago. Like we back, and this is the kind of energy I want to be on, just working. You know what I mean?
That's listo. I was gonna say, are you done?
No, I'm done.
All right. What was I gonna say? I feel like it's already a given. Well, first off, I do want a PS5. I don't know if that's a goal, but
that's a goal.
That's a what?
That's a goal.
But it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. God willingly, on His timing, yeah. But I was gonna say, like, I feel like it was already a given. Of course, for WORLDShakers, that's for both of us.
Yup.
Like, we already know, like we said in the last video and in this video now, like, we trying to do some big things with this. I mean, we can't say the times things will just go huge or everything, but we will take it step by step and trust God. So, like, just want to have fun. Definitely do better than we did this year. That's the whole point of learning and going through the whole journey. We learned
a lot of lessons.
We learned so much.
Trust and believe. We learned a lot of lessons.
Yes. And we only did this for a year so far. I mean, that's just a start off. So I definitely want to see WORLDShakers flourish.
100 subscribers on the way.
Facts.
Almost there.
Support the gang. Want to get to know y'all more.
Yep.
Those, of course, we have friends that are already out there that watch us, and people that we may not know. Don't be ashamed to speak up. Don't be ashamed to join the Discord. Catch up on us during the videos or off the videos.
I don't know if you knew this, but 50% of y'all that watch our videos aren't subscribed. What's up with that?
50%.
50%.
That's a big margin.
We gotta drop that number down a little bit. I mean, so go ahead and subscribe. But like you were saying,
might as well.
Absolutely, we wanna build this channel up. This drawing. It's gonna be 2 years. 2 years in June that this show started, and time flying. But we gotta make up for lost time. We missed too many. We should have much more videos out than we do now. But it's all good. Everything happens for a reason. The Lord knew what He was doing, and we're here now. I mean, so that's just what it is.
Facts.
That's just what it is.
I was gonna say, like, we want to be here for y'all. Like, have somebody to talk to, someone to bounce ideas off of, or just talk. I mean, it don't matter. We just try to have a good community, man. I've seen what it could be like, and we know it can be there. So it takes two or multiple to tango.
It takes two to make things go right.
But no, I was gonna say, in regards to that, I kind of think it can lead us into a topic for this, or just something to start off with.
Oh, I'm all ears.
So, just with this, and try to get you guys engaged and stuff.
Yep.
I have been hearing lately, like, some people struggle, I guess, in real life around the people that they have, with just friendships in general. And I feel like that's definitely a difficult thing around our age.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, younger too. Because the way a friend put it for me is, like, we're growing. We're still trying to figure out who we are and just our place on this earth for real. So it's like, it's hard, especially nowadays, because people are crazy. Like, these kids, like the next generation.
You sound old.
Look, don't even
kids.
start, bro. Somebody call me Unc. Multiple
These
people call me
kids.
Unc, bro. I'm 23.
She wearing orthopedics?
Y'all wanna call me? That's crazy. Louis, the same age, bro. You know what I'm trying to say.
I'm literally older, too. That's the great.
Oh my gosh.
I'm 3 days older. I'm
3
still here
days.
talking.
This guy is
My
talking.
fault.
Yo, but no, like people our age, people younger, it's just like the next generation.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I was just talking to your dad about it too. It's just like he's just like I wouldn't say worried, but he's just like weary, I guess. I don't know. Because of just how it is with technology and everything that these kids are getting into. And it's like, it's crazy, dude.
That's how part of me is
It's
like...
crazy.
Well, first of all, you know that the next generation, any baby that's born in 2025 will be part of Gen Beta.
That sounds crazy.
It does sound crazy.
Gen Beta.
That means that they're not fully developed yet. It's like the games.
Oh! Oh, that's out of pocket, bro. What the heck? Like...
Nah,
Oh.
No. In all seriousness, though,
Oh my gosh.
they really are talking about banning TikTok. I know y'all heard about that. I don't know. I feel like there's pros and cons. There's pros and cons to it for sure. I mean, technology has definitely ruined a lot of things, but it's also beneficial. So it's like it's weird. I don't know. I don't think I'm not convinced yet that they actually will ban it. I mean, it does seem a lot more serious now, but I mean, we've been here before, like twice before.
Yeah.
And so, I just think for people younger than us, I mean, friendships especially. I remember when starting college, I was already in a mindset like that. I was just there to get my degree and get out. Like, I wasn't worried about making friends because I had literally just finished high school without any of my friends. You know what I mean? And so it was I was already in that mindset. But, yeah, I mean, we're really trying to build this community. The WORLDSHAKers are trying to really be more than just, like we said last episode, we want to be more than just faces you see on the screen every week. And so, seriously, we know it may sound like a plug, but we really encourage you to join the Discord because we want to be able to communicate with y'all. Plus, it's a good way for us to get feedback. You know what I mean? Like, there's something y'all want to see from us content-wise, or just something you think we should talk about or check out. Let us know. That's the fastest way to let us know. I mean, YouTube comments are cool too. Leave comments, absolutely. But the Discord is definitely there just for friendships. Besides the fact that we're running a podcast, so like, we want to get to know y'all, man. We want to know the people that are watching us. There are 74 y'all. There's 74. Some of y'all we already know, so what's up? But those of you who we don't, we want to get to know you. So, as we get to this milestone of 100 subscribers, which we hope to hit soon, we're gonna work to hit soon.
We're gonna hit it, man.
We're gonna hit it. It's already said and done. Know what I'm saying? But yeah, we really want to establish a community. So there you go.
I feel like on that, that's what you were saying with coming in college. Clearly, like we said before, we had a whole different understanding and changing of ourselves even since the beginning of college and end of high school.
Yep.
And I feel like even now today, and what the problem is getting towards, or what it is now is like, as believers, it's like even then putting yourself out there and knowing who is friend, who is there for just whatever, just to talk to for a day or two, and then keep it pushing. Like,
Never
I feel
talk
like
to them.
it definitely makes it more difficult when looking for someone nowadays. And I just know from my point of view, I never seemed to have that much trouble making friends in that point. But the main thing with me was knowing and trying to discern who's actually a friend to stay there for a while, rather than someone, they may not be helping me get where I need to be or becoming a better person. So I also wanted to hear your viewpoint on that, because it's crazy. I mean, it's crazy.
Well, I mean, the Bible says it plain and simple. How can two walk together unless they agree? I mean, and that goes for relationships and friendships. Like, it comes to a point where every friendship will start off fine. You know, even every relationship, like they call it the honeymoon phase for a reason. While you in that time frame, everything is cool. Nobody can do no wrong. Everything is all roses and lollipops, whatever. But there comes a certain point where you have to be realistic. Like, is this person beneficial? And as harsh as that may sound, it's the truth. And I mean, the funny thing about it is the Lord, if you can't do it, the Lord will do it for you. That's just what it is. If you can't make that decision for yourself, like, hey, this person needs to be gone from my life. Like, as much as we've had all these memories, as many times as we've laughed and did this, X, Y, and Z, I don't know if you benefit me. Like, you know what I mean? And if you don't do it, like I said, the Lord will do it for you. I've lost some friends that I was sure we were gonna be friends to the end of time, right? And it sucks at first, absolutely. And it's still like, when you think about it, it's like, dang, like, what really happened? We were cool. We used to talk. But speaking from my experience in quarantine, the friends that I made in college, my freshman year, those friendships kind of fizzled out, you know. And I was already going through some stuff personally. And so to be by myself every day and know that I'm not gonna see my friend. Well, at the time it just seemed like we were not going back forever. Like, they kept saying, all right, first it was, all right, we're gonna close school for an additional 2 weeks. Then it was like 3 months, then 6 months, then a whole year. Then it was 2 years. Like, it just did not seem like I was gonna see them again. And I mean, you can only maintain a relationship for so long over the phone. You know what I mean? And relationship, friendship, whichever. But I really had to realize that not everybody is your friend. You know what I mean? Why is this person my friend? Like, let's really talk about it. Is it because of something I offer? Is it because they really enjoy my company? Is it because we get along well? Or is it because I just have something that they want access to, or this, that, and the third? And again, that may sound real cynical, but it's the truth. Especially in the day that we live in, like, a lot of people are deceptive. And as horrible as that is, at the end of the day, the Lord is the only one that will stick closer than a brother. Like, he's always going to be your friend. And even when nobody else is around, he's there, you know. And I had to learn that first. I think that was part of what I was going through during COVID. Like, it wasn't until maybe 5-6 months in that I really started, like, reach out to everybody again, you know. Because I had to really take that time to be like, you know what? My friendship with the Lord, my relationship with the Lord needs to be 100 first before I can worry about anybody else, you know. So, I mean, it's a tricky situation. I'm not saying all that to say don't make friends. Absolutely make friends. Make friends. But be cautious. Be cautious. It's a lot of times you hear stories that people that thought this one person was their friend are the ones that end up backstabbing them. You know what I mean, it happened to Jesus. So
very true.
And he knew about it.
He did.
He knew who it was. He knew who it was, and it still happened.
He said, "Yep, you're gonna betray me."
It happened to Julius Caesar too.
Oh my gosh.
Same thing. Thought he was his friend. He was the one that ended up, you know, being the one to kill him. And so, be friends, but don't make your friendships your whole personality.
Oh yeah.
That's another part of it.
That's a good point.
That's another part of it. I think some people get too wrapped up in, like, trying to be like, because there's also that part of, like, fitting in. It's okay to, no, it's not okay to try and just fit in just for the sake of popularity. Because at the end of the day, if you are a follower of Christ, you're never going to be able to fit in. And that's just something you got to get used to. You're always going to be in a space where you're the odd one out. Because everybody's going to say, oh no, we can do this. Let's go do this. We can hang out and do this. Or I believe in this, but if you believe in the Lord, there's a lot of things that you have to cross the line at. I mean, you have to draw the line at.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, when it comes to friendships, like, just tread carefully. Make sure that you good first. Don't ever put somebody else before you. But also just pray, like, Lord, is this a friendship that will sustain and be beneficial, or do I need to let this go?
That's valid.
Yeah.
That's very valid. I mean, making some good points for real. And I feel like I definitely was discovering myself in high school, just with those type of friendships and stuff for popularity and stuff. And
I feel like everybody was, though, especially in high school.
Yeah, that's just how it was, and just how society perceived it. I mean, portrayed it as well, just from a bunch of movies and TV shows. It's just like you see so many of these things, and it's crazy. And then that's where you get caught up into being too much like the world and not like Jesus, like walking righteously. You know,
come out from among them. That's what the Bible says. Come out from among them. You gotta be separate. But
yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. So I think people are so quick to be like, "Oh, you're a Christian," or "I'm Christian, so I can't be friends with those who aren't Christian." That's not true.
And on that point, bro,
it's not true.
Literally on that point, because I was going to bring that up as well.
Yeah.
I feel like in certain situations, like I that's why friendships they do get a little sticky. Like everyone's situations are different.
Yep.
Like, and it depends on your character as well. Like my character is different from your character. The way you make friends is different from how the way I make friends, and that goes for everybody else.
Yep.
So it's like, especially as being believers, and if you're going out there and you're wanting friends, you don't want to be lonely. Of course, knowing that God is with you and always with you, but that doesn't mean not to be with other people, because you don't be stuck by yourself. You don't want to be stuck in the darkness, leading yourself into more temptation, into things and thoughts that you don't want to keep yourself in, because the truth is in the light, and we are meant to be with the other people. But with that, like, I know as a Christian, as a believer, you do want to be out with other people and get to know and hang out with people in the same mindset in that sense. But at the same time, I can't say how God is going to treat you and what he's going to tell you and how to live your life. Like, because he may be telling you to go talk to that person that doesn't believe. He may be telling you to give that person who you haven't talked to in a while another chance. Like, you never know. Even with, like, forgiving, if a friend has done you dirty, some instances are different, but you should forgive. We are called to forgive. That is showing our love. Yep. But what I'm trying to say is, like, God may put you in a situation where you will be a friend or a companion, whatever you want to call it, with someone that doesn't believe or on the same mindset as you. Because maybe you never know what job or assignment you're supposed to do with that person. You could be helping that person come closer to Christ. You never know. And what I was telling someone before was, like, don't block your blessings from God. Like, you don't know what kind of situations he may be trying to put you into. But the more you continue to pray, the more you continue to get wisdom and discernment, he will not lead you astray. So really trusting in with those certain situations, I feel like it really helps to knowing, all right, what friendships to put your energy to, what friendships may actually last, and what friendships are actually for a reason, a season, and you just keep it pushing. But at the end of the day, I don't feel like we should be against anyone. Somebody may not be for you, but don't hate them.
Nope.
Don't push them to the side and talk crap about them to somebody else. Everyone deserves love. Well, I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but from a Christ standpoint.
Yeah, from a Christ standpoint, yeah. But
we are called to love. He wants us to love like he loves. And to show your love to God, you're showing love to other people. Yep. You know? So, it's really interesting. I mean, if this is helping in some type of way, I really do. I hope it is. But I mean, I was going to say, even from the last video and how you kind of touched on our friendship and where it started, even that itself was crazy. Like, I feel like I naturally make friends with people. But at the same time, I used to be real shy. Yeah. Much shyer than I was now. And I wasn't the outgoing type of guy. I was the guy who was like, yeah, I may attract people, but they still have to get to know me and see how I am to further a relationship with us. Yeah. And I remember shadowing. I believe you were the first person that actually talked to me, other than The one I was shadowing under.
You remember who you shadowed?
Yeah.
No, I'm saying, do you remember who you shadowed?
Yeah.
Who was it?
Elijah.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought.
Yeah. So, I just remember being in a cafe.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure it was you because we were at different tables. He was talking to some guys. I was just chilling, trying to just see what's going on, filling it out. And I think you were behind me at the table behind me or something.
Something like that.
And I remember you just like called me, or maybe that was after the shadow. Maybe was this?
I think it was after.
Yeah,
you had started already. Yeah. Because you started after Christmas break.
Yeah, right
so
after
like
Spirit Week, bro. And y'all would not stop talking about it. I'm like, did I just miss this banger of a week?
Actually,
like, and even the beginning, I was saying all these stories that just happened at the beginning of the year. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Why am I late?
Yeah.
Why am I late? And it was crazy because I felt like everybody had a head start, especially with their friendships and the stuff that happened, and I was just out of it. But at that point, I didn't know I appreciate you calling me over and like really introducing me and wanting to get to know me more. And I feel like that was a blessing right there. That was the start of
that.
Just something great, bro. Because from Rip, bro, it just felt like we clicked, bro. It was tough. It was very tough, and then everything just came together. All the bros and the people that are still here that we talk to. It's so much. It's crazy how time goes with certain friendships, man. But I just know that moment was great. I don't think I'm gonna forget that. I mean,
nah, I definitely. I've told so many people that story. I just remember, cause I'm not that way either. Like that's how I knew that. Like looking back, I know that was just God because
yeah, bro.
I'm not the one that's gonna go out and like introduce myself to like just somebody. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, I remember that whole year. Freshman year of high school was a very definitive year, not only for me, but for our friend group, period. Because we met Anthony and Johnny D. Wait, was Johnny D in middle school? I think Johnny D was in middle school, but we met Anthony. I think Johnny D was there for like 8th grade. I think that's when he came.
Maybe.
Because I remember he had the goggles.
Yep.
Yeah. But we met Anthony on the freshman retreat, freshman launch, whatever they called it. And then right after Christmas break, you started. And we were like, yo. And just everything kind of steamrolled after that. I remember like getting into lacrosse and really just like a lot happened from that. And I wouldn't do it any differently, man. Every story of like how I became friends with everybody in the Band Bros is like, it's so funny when I look back on it. First person I really met was out of the Band Bros was Mark. Me and Mark had the same math class every year that we went to DC, and so when I started in 7th grade, wait, no, maybe it wasn't. Maybe I should say the first person I became friends with was Mark, but I had like Luke was in my homeroom. And obviously they knew Jason already, and it kind of all happened from there. But it was a blessing for me because when I started at DC, I was coming from a school where like, you know, I got picked on a lot. You know, it really it took its toll on me when I was young, and got me to the point where I'm like, dude, I didn't really know what a friendship really was. So I get into DC, like it really changed a lot for me. But our friendship, yeah, we got so many memories under the belt, dog. It's crazy. It's really crazy. We were really young wolves, just growing up and just, you know,
living the dream.
That's what it was, man. That's what it was.
Man, did you see Sonic 3?
I need to go see it. I want to go see it. My cousin's actually trying to go see it.
Oh,
did you watch it?
It was pretty good, bro.
Dude. Dang, dude. All right. Now
Shadow's crazy, bro.
I knew it was gonna be fire, so now
Shadow's
I gotta go see it. The second one was fire, and now I'm hearing that this one is like one of the best video game movies ever. So
really, I mean, it was pretty good.
It has one of the highest scores on. It almost has a 100% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Like that don't wild.
They not playing,
and it keeps
bro.
bodying Mufasa at the box office.
Oh my gosh, I need to watch that though. Did you see that?
Nah, Maya saw it.
Oh my gosh, I need to watch that,
I might just wait for it to come on Disney Plus. I don't know if I want to spend money on it.
bro. It just seems like it's gonna be good. But nah, I mean, without spoiling the movie, I was just gonna say, I mean, it did touch on friendships in there as well. And just the way he got about. I mean, it got to a point where he was like abandoning, I guess, his friendship for personal reasons.
Mm.
And it's like, I guess to steer that into something useful. It's kind of like what I was saying. Like, don't throw the blessings away. Like, cause he had friends there to help and continue to push forward and get through his challenges, and then allowing emotions to take over and just doing things not the right way, but because of basically vengeance, I guess I would say. It's like,
That's exactly. Wait, go ahead. Go ahead.
you was talking about some story,
No,
some other movie.
Yeah, another movie.
But it's like, I don't know. It was just crazy. It's because like people are similar, but the way they handle certain traumas or things that have happened can definitely make or break their character and just how they turn out compared to someone else. So it's like, just know what you have, know where you're loved, know what's good for you. Don't abandon that. Don't go pursuing things of the world and letting your emotions and the devil play with your mind too far. Like, know what's really going on, and I guess it's good to say to just know who God has for you, for real, because he does place certain people in your life that just help you along the way.
That's a fact.
And using them not as tools but as friends, companions, people to just bounce ideas off, to care for each other, to grow together. Like, especially the people that are there for you, man. Just don't forget who they are. Just know that. And along with that, I meet some people online too. It's just like, that's hard as well, because some friendships can be made over.
Oh no, they can definitely be made. Yeah.
And thank goodness, just like technology for even getting that far.
Mm-hmm.
You can say thank God. I mean, thank God for everything. It's just people just construe technology so bad, it just makes it seem bad at times.
Yeah.
But yeah, like things for like that, technology being used in that sense, and just truthfully helping other people and just going out there and talking to people that may not have other friends is pretty great. And I have made some good friendships like that. It may not be as deep as somebody in person, but I mean, just knowing that having someone like-minded to talk to and do activities with, and potentially, hopefully, meeting them in person at some point, is something good as well. So it's like, use your resources as well, but be cautious. That's discernment. I feel like it's gonna keep popping up, bruh. I'm gonna tell y'all this for this new year.
The word of the day.
Dude, use that wisdom. Ask the Lord for wisdom.
And
bruh, read the word. Get discernment. Know the truth. Apply it. And keep it pushing, bruh.
Live it.
Bruh,
practice what you preach.
It's great. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, the amount of things you can do with wisdom. Proper wisdom. Not wisdom of the world. But wisdom from God. So I do encourage y'all to use that as well, like just with these friendships and honestly with everything else. As we walk into this new year, I know many of you may have a bunch of dreams and goals as well, and things you want to pursue, and things you want to try out. It's okay to trial and error. It's okay to try things out that may not turn out what you think it may be, but it could be exactly what you needed to happen to move forward to the next step. Like, just try. I love to try. I like to tell people to just try new things. Like, I like trying new things.
Just do it.
Even if it's just something simple, bro. Even if it's just a different route on the way home. Like, like whatever it may be, man. Get that wisdom. Like, I feel like that is gonna be really useful for so many people this year, and just every year to come. To be honest, shoot, start today. Well, this video is coming out after.
Yeah,
but
true.
You know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say.
Hopefully, yeah. Nah, it's funny how you say that. Have you seen Transformers 1?
Yeah. Oh, the same thing.
That's
exactly
the same thing. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yo, shout out Mark. Mark told me to watch it.
Shout out Nehemiah. He told me to watch that.
Well, shout out both of y'all, man.
Your friend on TikTok told me to watch it too.
Yeah, no, that joint was really actually. First of all, I'm a fan of the old Transformers movies with Shia LaBeouf. The ones with Mark Wahlberg, they're cool. They're more like they're more just popcorn flicks. But I like the first trilogy. But Transformers 1 was serious. Like, if you really look at the message, you know what I mean? And it's similar because no spoilers. I'm not gonna give no spoilers. But when they advertised the movie, it's really just the story of Optimus Prime and Megatron before they were Optimus Prime and Megatron. And so, if you know about Transformers, you know that they're enemies. And so you're like, what? And then I remember watching the trailer and like, dog, they were friends beforehand. But it's funny because in the first Transformers movie with Shia LaBeouf, they literally, I forget who they talked about it. They were like, oh, brother or something like that. They referenced that. And I want to tie that into something that you said earlier because you were talking about forgiveness. Yeah, I had to learn my lesson in forgiveness. You know, like a lot of, even we were talking about it earlier. Like, even there's this one teacher. I'm not gonna say his name, but there's this one teacher who, for the longest time, I had a lot of animosity towards, and it was, you know, like it was bad. It was really bad. And then, you know, after high school, I had animosity towards somebody else, which kind of hurt me more than what the teacher did. But I had a lot of built up anger, resentment, and as much as I didn't want to, there were so many times where like I'd hear sermons about forgiveness, and then I knew the Lord was speaking to me, and I'd be like, Lord, they did this, and it's like, it don't compare anything close to what they did to Jesus. Yeah. You know, and if he can forgive them while he was hung up on the cross, then I gotta forgive down here. Yeah. And it wasn't easy. I'm not gonna lie, it was not easy, but it was necessary. I was able to be better for it, be better after it. And you know, I think one key thing that I've definitely trying to been open myself up more to is being more open to new friendships and relationships, stuff like that. You know, not relationships, but new friendships. Because I really did guard my heart for a long time. Like, I really was not trying to have none of it. And like right now, I honestly, you know, I don't have that big of a friend circle, and I'm fine with that. You know what I mean? I'm down to grow and to expand it. But the people that I have surrounding me now, I'm set, you know, and that's just a decision I made. And if the Lord sends people my way, cool. That's, you know, but that's definitely a lesson I had to learn, because it's very easy to fall into that mode of just, you're locked in. You don't forget what they did. You know what I mean? People always say, oh, you can forgive and not forget. But if we want to be like the Lord, we have to. You know what I mean? You have to forgive and you have to forget. Because you haven't really forgiven them if you don't forget. If you're still thinking about it every time you talk to them, you have not forgiven. And that's just what it is. The Lord doesn't sit there and think about all the sins you've made every time you pray to him. So why are you thinking about what somebody did wrong to you every time that you're thinking about them or you're talking to them? And it was a tough pill to take, but it was necessary, and I had to do it, and I'm better for it. And yeah, man, it's funny how some of these movies really harp on like some of the deepest ideas, you know.
Pretty sweet. I got one more thing from that movie too.
What, Sonic?
No,
or Transformers. Yeah, that was really. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's a really good movie. But I really did enjoy, um, really just seeing how they expanded on that idea, like in the form of these fictional characters that aren't real and that some of us grew up with, and yeah, I definitely wanted to harp on that because you were talking about Sonic and it sounded real simple. I was like, yo,
Yeah, I mean, it's not a huge conflict that's different than others. Like
yeah,
it is, I would say.
it's not the
It's
biggest
used,
problem.
yeah.
It's definitely
It's
yeah,
used
yeah.
in multiple instances.
But I mean, is it used well? That's the question. Yeah. I think these movies probably portrayed them well because a lot of times they just
But with that movie, when we watched it, I remember having like a Bible study after it as well, and then we were like talking about it, and then I had something just like click, like when we were reading through Acts. I believe, you gotta quote me if I'm wrong. I don't know if it was Paul and Silas
Yeah,
that
it
like
should be. An axe,
went
yeah. Sounds about
different
right.
ways. It was
Paul and Silas
Paul
were-
and someone else, because I think they were like in pairs of twos, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so Paul, and I believe since Silas was with Paul, it was someone else. Was it Barnabas?
Barnabas was. I'm trying to remember what chapter.
Am I tripping? But
Hold on, I'm gonna just search it up.
as we figure that out, it was basically two believers, what would you call them, apostles, having different views, pretty much. But of course, wanting the same
Barnabas.
goal. Yeah, Barnabas.
Mm-hmm.
So they had the same goal, right? They both wanted to go out and preach the gospel.
I think. Yeah.
And so I related that to like Optimus and what is his name? I'm about to say Megatron.
I mean, it is Megatron.
It is
but
Megatron.
D16 was his original name.
Okay.
Yeah.
But just with the two guys and both wanting to have that certain goal,
Same goal, but
different motives.
Mm-hmm.
It just, the way it connected was pretty cool. And of course they were both believers, the apostles Paul and Barnabas, but the way they handled it just seemed so well. And it's like, I don't know if it really says that they're friends, but I don't know why they wouldn't be. But I guess you can go back and read into it some more. But to say like they both believed, they both had the same goal, they both wanted to do the same thing. And it was just so good because they had different ways of going about it, but they didn't necessarily anger at each other. They didn't fuss and argue at each other about it. They didn't look at each other differently. They just went their ways, still did what they were called to do, and just did it differently and went to different locations.
Yeah.
And it's like with that, I don't know, it was just really sweet. I just wanted to let you know that because I don't think I told you that you were in that Bible study, but it was just cool because that movie was definitely, it was good. And I just liked how they portrayed that. Like, it's a right way to go about that, and it's a wrong way. Like, we may not always agree on something, but that doesn't mean we have to be button heads and then end up making it bigger than what it has to be.
Yep.
You can have your way of going about it and doing it, and then I could be the same way. And that low-key brings up something that just came up like a week ago as well about like truth and people having their own truth. Like, it's a crazy saying because even with believing in certain denominations, I've been talking with so many people, friends and servants and stuff, and just certain denominations and having two different I guess ways of doing something. Like, I guess you could say like another way to praise God, if you praise God some way and I praise him another way, it's like, why would we argue about the way you do that and say no, you're wrong, or no, I'm wrong, when that's not essential.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is we should be praising him.
Yeah.
And of course looking to the word and asking God and receiving your answer from the Holy Spirit to see how to properly do that. But there's no reason to be arguing and going against each other for the same motive.
Yeah.
Like, it's too much conflict nowadays, I feel like, as well. It's too much separation.
Well, that's
Even
I was
with
gonna bring that up.
believers in the same room.
Yep.
And we have to change that. We do have to change that.
I mean, definitely harping on that. I like what you said. Even as we enter into this new year, We established this very early on that we're not going to be talking about politics on this podcast. So I'm not talking about politics. But
But what if I want to?
well, then I guess we're making some changes. No, but obviously everybody knows the outcome of this previous election. It's funny. It's funny to me because history repeats itself. You know, that's something that's always gonna happen. I gave a sermon a few months ago that really was timely because it was dealing with Israel and them getting freed from bondage, from slavery. Moses going back and forth to Pharaoh like, hey, you need to let God's people go. And you know, even when after they've been crying for years and praying, Lord, free us. After they were free, they're talking about they want to go back. And so I'm going to just leave that there. Take it as you will. But I really had to pray about it because the Lord knows what he's doing. It's not up to me. It's not up to and what's so funny is like we could vote as many times one way or another. God's will is still going to happen. You know what I mean? So it really is just a reminder not to get beside yourself if somebody believes something or like follows something different than you. And going off of that to me, honestly, that's one of those sayings I don't like when it comes to when you're talking about faith and just, you know, making that relationship with the Lord. It's fine for different spaces. But I've always had an issue with it because I feel like people abuse it too much. Like if you're saying it just to say it, that's one thing. But if you're saying it to try and justify something that you're doing that you know is wrong, then don't use it. Like for you to walk around and say, "Oh well, this is my truth," or I'm living off of my truth. The only truth you should be living off of is the Lord. That's it. You know, whatever you feel like. Whatever you feel like the truth is, if it's not lining up with the word and with God, then it's not truth. It's just whatever you're making it. But no, there are people that say like, yo, it's this is my truth, this is what it is. And if they're talking about personal journeys that they've been through, absolutely, that's fine. But I feel like sometimes people use that as a scapegoat. Because like you said, the end goal should be we are praising, worshiping. You know what I mean? Especially when I used to go to my uncle's church, you can look around and you see all these different people. There would be people during praise and worship running around, you know, because they're in the spirit. Or there's people, you know, on their knees praying. Or even people that are just sitting in their seat, eyes closed, and they're rocking back and forth. Everybody worships differently. What really matters is that you are worshiping. You're not doing it for show. You're not doing it for fun. I mean, not for people just to look at you. It should be an intimate experience with you and the Lord. It's a one-on-one, you know what I mean? And so I definitely, it's weird. I'm not the biggest fan of that saying, you know, speak your truth or live your truth, this, that, and the third, when it comes to that. But I'm definitely trying to see what other people mean by it. Because I mean, if you're talking about the word, that's different. Then I'm definitely not agreeing with you. But if you're talking about yourself, I'm down to hear it out. But that's just my experience. Maybe that's just what it is. My experience with people have said that it's to cover up something that they know they're doing is wrong. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. It's understandable.
But what was I gonna say? Yeah, separation. We can't do that. Can't do that in the church, especially. There are people. We were just talking about this in our Sunday school on was that yesterday? 2 days ago. The fact that there are places in the world where you can get killed for being a Christian. You know what I mean? Like, we can't take that for granted. And part of that, you see, the going to church does not save you. Church membership doesn't save you. Going to church doesn't just solidify and book your ticket to heaven. It's about your relationship with the Lord, but the church still needs to be united. And that's why I brought up politics, because I feel like, especially going into this new year, no matter how you feel about our incoming president, our returning president, if you are worried, then that's not of God. It's not. You have to just know that God knows what He's doing. You know what I mean? If he didn't want said person to be in office, He wouldn't be. But the Lord allows certain things for other things to happen. You know.
Factual.
So I wanted to harp on that. I definitely. That's been one of my prayers. I hate division and separation, especially in the church. But I just hate it. Period.
I do.
I remember the first time, 2016. I don't know if he remembers this. Josh, have you ever watched the video? I don't know if you remember this. But to this day, I still feel bad about this. But 2016, you know, it was the election season, and we knew who was going up. It was the two candidates that, you know, not everybody was liking, and it was a really controversial time, and separation was happening. We felt it a lot at our school. Like, once it happened, it was a big shift in the dynamic at school. And I remember I just lost my temper with my boy Josh. And I didn't mean it. You know what I mean? Like, it was never that deep. Never that deep. And I had to really I had to apologize. Make sure to apologize, because that's what the enemy would like. He would love separation among the people that believe, but he would love separation anyway. And he's already defeated, so I'm not going to sit there and help him try to carry out an attack or a plan, and he's already lost. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, going into this year, I want to encourage everybody, just like, God's got it. You know what I mean? Don't feel like you have to sit there and be a Twitter warrior and argue with everybody, either on social media or in person, because your beliefs are different. At the end of the day, it don't matter. As long as your relationship with the Lord is airtight as it can be, and you continue to work on it every day, that's the only thing you should be worried about. You know, as we don't got time for that no more. we really don't have time for that no more.
No, for real, bro. That's something I'm definitely passionate about too, man. Just want people to be together so bad.
That was loud. Oh my god. The whole joint went red. My fault. That was loud.
I'm gonna do an air trigger or whatever.
I'm gonna have to turn that down. I'm about to cut that out. My fault. That was crazy.
Nah, but just love being together, man. You're not alone.
Nope.
You're never alone.
Nope.
Just want to say that, man. Love each other, for real. I mean, it's a great thing. We all created to be here together. Shoot. Adam was created. God made Eve as well. He wasn't supposed to be alone.
He said it was not good for man to be alone. It's in Genesis. Go read it.
Yeah. Right in the beginning.
Right, that's literally right there. It's right there.
But no, I hope y'all really use that. Like, you got anything else to say? I mean, I low-key just want to get a reminder, whatever. Just basically from whatever we said today, I mean, whatever stuck with you, I hope it stuck with you. And I know we're quoting some things, quoting the Bible, certain stories and passages. Go research yourself.
Yeah.
Read your word. Like we're still learning. I'm definitely still learning. And I mean, it's good to look at that and see it with your own eyes. Call on the Holy Spirit, get your own wisdom, your own discernment, because realistically, we can only take y'all so far. You have to put in work for yourself and your relationship with God as well. And I just really am compassionate about that as well, and just wanting to see people truly put themselves out there and use that action. Like, don't get stuck sitting around doing nothing. Like, continually grow spiritually. Jesus loves you, and he wants you to give him your body. Give him your whole life, everything. All your burdens, whatever you need, it's all in him.
Cast all your cares on him.
It's all in him. And I just really encourage that for everyone moving forward. I mean, if y'all got something to say, if y'all got something that seemed off, tell us. If you need help with something, tell us. Ask us. It's always good. It's always good.
You can let us know if we're wrong. We may not accept it, though. I'm just...
That's crazy.
Nah, I'm joking.
Is he though?
I'm joking.
Is he?
Let
me stop playing.
Nah, in all seriousness, I definitely agree with that. Like I said, we're recording this before the new year, so our time is winding down. It is 6:35. We're counting down the hours, to a new year.
Menos que 6 horas.
But I really pray that each of y'all had a good year. Through the ups and downs, I hope that you learned something. I hope that you continue to grow in faith and in yourself. And yeah, like we said earlier, reach out to us. You know what I mean? You're not alone. We got some big plans for 2025. I'm excited for what the Lord is going to do with this podcast right here. That's just where I'm at. I'm excited for what the Lord is going to do. And I just pray that each of y'all have a great beginning of a new year. When you see this, I hope that, you'll probably see this on the 2nd. The 2nd, maybe. On the 2nd.
Somebody quote him on that.
If it's not on the 2nd, you can
jump him in the comments if you see him in person.
Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, we appreciate y'all, man. We really wanted to just reflect, end this year off on a nice positive note. We love y'all, and we look forward to seeing you in 2025. You know what I mean? We definitely have a few other things to talk about, to catch up on, culture wise, but yeah, we just want to make sure that we know what the Lord is saying. So we love y'all, man. Don't forget to check out the links in the description. Check out our Discord. Again, we cannot say it enough. Come join the Discord. Be a part of the community.
Like, subscribe,
all that good stuff.
Comment. Chat it up.
Share it. Make sure you hit the bell to know every time that we upload, the notifications. And we always forget to mention this. If you have Spotify, you can listen to our podcast on Spotify. Just search up in WORLDSHAKERS podcast. You can find us there. All episodes are uploaded on Spotify as well as YouTube. So if you are driving, don't worry, you can listen to us. We don't be doing too much anyway, so you don't really need to watch, you know what I'm saying? But listen, when you drive, you can listen to us on Spotify. Check out our Instagram and our TikTok. All the links for everything is in the description. We love y'all. We look forward to seeing y'all in the new year. But until then, it's been your boy Jay Crombie.
And Naskin.
We love y'all. God loves you. We out of here.
Jesus te amo.
Bow.